host, Joshua.
And I'm your host, Ariel.
And we're the Midnight Guild.
Thank you so much for joining us today for our Halloween special.
Yay!
We both love Halloween. We are
Very
Halloween
much.
girlies. Okay. But today we have a very special guest, my best friend, Hannah. Hello.
Claps for Hannah.
So today, obviously, we're dressed up. And believe it or not, we're actually on theme. We're on theme. We are dressed up for Josh's annual Halloween party, which is tomorrow night.
Yes.
So, darling, would you like to start us off? Because since you're the woman of the hour, and tell us what you are.
Sure. So this year we have decided to do a Fallout theme. Yay! Fallout the game, not Fallout the show. Just some people get confused, don't they? Some people get confused.
Either or.
Because
they go hand in hand.
Well, my costume personally comes more from the game.
Well, see, mine. See, I want it to be like the game, because that's all. Because I've played Fallout for a bajillion years, but unfortunately, my daggum suit got here, and it was tight in the wrong places, honey. And when I go to sit down, I'm gonna bust open like a can of biscuits.
We'll call her Pillsbury.
Okay. So I rolled mine down and did it more on brand of Lucy, the main girl on the show.
Which, fabulous job, by the way. Fabulous job.
Well, honey, look at you.
I myself, I have took inspiration. I'm a radioactive housewife. Yay. Tits out. All right, and Miss Hannah here. What are you, baby?
I'm a raider.
She is a raider, honey. She's going to pillage and raid and steal. And honey, we're going to check her pockets before she leaves. Yeah.
Probably not a bad idea.
Probably not.
Have you ever played the games yet? No, you just played BioShock, right?
I mean, I played the very first Fallout.
Okay.
That's where I got my costume from.
Oh, okay. Cute. Love that. See, I've not played the first one. The very first one I ever played was Fallout 3. And I fell in love.
Okay, so the first Fallout's not the best. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it's pretty much just a rendition of BioShock, but I still like it. I still enjoy it.
Now, Hannah hasn't played Fallout, but she has watched me play it for hours on end. That and Skyrim.
Yep.
The good old Skyrim.
Oh, my God, yes. Do you love Skyrim?
I mean, I don't love it, but I do like it.
Oh my God, honey. Skyrim took over my life when I first played it. I first played it right after I played Fallout 3. Because I just got Fallout 3 like randomly, way after it came out. PS4s were a thing already, and I got a PS3 just randomly from somebody. And I fell in love. And then I played Skyrim, and I was like, oh my God, this is even fantastic. Oh my God, I can't even talk. This is also fantastic. So, I got obsessed. What's your favorite video game? Is it BioShock?
I wouldn't say it's BioShock. I pretty much... Do I have something in my nose?
Oh, no, honey. Mine was itching.
Okay. I don't know. I like a plethora of games. I'm really into the RPGs.
Oh, yeah, same.
I do like the Skyrim, I like the Call of Duty.
Oh, honey, I've played an ungodly amount of Call of Duty.
Yes, honey. I mean, I'm pretty much, a colonel now.
Honey, I'll tell you, same here. Honey, she's watched me play so much Call of Duty. What's your favorite video game?
I have played some Call of Duty with some other friends of mine.
She's played it with me too, and she's real bad.
Yeah. Well, we used to yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
I love her to death, but Lord, honey, we're on the same team. I'm screaming at Hannah.
I'm just trying to hide and not get killed.
I'm like, stay down.
So, Hannah is a pacifist, but that's fine. Honey, we love a good pacifist, too. I mean, not everybody can be, savage.
But she's a raider.
But she's a raider.
No.
So, I feel like my chances are good in this raid.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Okay, so, now I'm going to let Mr. Oh, no, okay. Honey. He didn't even tell you his name. His name for today is not Josh.
Oh, pardon me.
This is not Josh.
So, my drag name is Miss Julia Blue. Honey.
Everyone welcome Miss Julia.
Thank you. A 5-time title winner, but we won't talk about that.
We can if you want to.
We don't have the time.
Okay.
We don't have the time, honey. But, my crowns are real, baby. My crowns are real. Anywho, on today's episode, we are going to be talking about the origins of Halloween. Kind of give you a little bit of history about that. And if we have time, we're going to throw in a few ghost stories for you all.
Ooh.
Because,
Exciting.
we know you all come to us for a reason. Yes, yes. So, where would we like to start off on the origins of Halloween?
If you want to, you start.
Okay. So, I will start. Celtic Festival of
Samhain.
Samhain. Because, I want to call it Samhain. But
Everybody does, and I did for the longest time until I started watching like witchy stuff.
Yeah.
And they started pronouncing it the right way, and I felt so dumb.
I really feel like I should know how to pronounce it. However, I don't want to sound illiterate, because, honey, the southern accent's not helping me at all. But anyway, it traditionally marked the end of summer and the beginning of winter in Ireland and Britain. Yay, Ireland!
You said Britland.
Did I say Britain?
It made my
Hold
day.
We can restart it.
Oh, it's totally fine. Unless you want to.
Britain! Honey, we don't need the English, them coming after us. We know they don't know how to lose. Anywho, moving on. The Celts believe that on the night of October 31st, the spirits of the deceased return to the world of the living to ward off the spirits, and they would light bonfires and dress in animal skins. Well, honey, we do that today, but not now, thanks to PETA. 'Cause,
Lord
honey,
Jesus.
you can't wear a fur nowadays, honey, without someone trying to throw paint on you or something.
I don't think we should wear fur anyway, though. Unless we had to. Because we have other options. But now, if you're killing them, if you're hunting, you should use every part of the animal. So why not use the fur, I guess?
I'm just saying that I have some furs that I'm going to wear, and if someone throws paint on them, honey, I'm going to punch you in the throat. I'm just throwing that out there.
Just throwing
But,
it out.
to whoever, honey, they're like ancient furs, though. Honey, these minks died like 80 years ago. They might as well, go with me to, lovely galas and stuff.
Honey, yeah.
That's what I would want to do if I was a little mink. Well, what would you rather do, honey? Be eaten by some alligator or go to me to some gala up in Roanoke, honey? What would you rather
I don't
do?
think minks are around alligators. I think they're mostly up north, aren't they?
Honey, I don't know. I don't know where the minks come from. I also know is they've been dead for a long time, honey. Like the woman that passed down the minks to me. Thank you so much, Great Aunt Viola. We appreciate you and your sacrifices.
Okay, so for divination. Oh, were you mad?
No.
You look scary as hell.
You just got a little wet spot right there.
Oh,
Okay. I got you, boo-boo.
Looking at it from a witch's perspective, in divination, the Celts believed that Samhain is a favorable time of the year for divination about marriage, health, and death.
Well, we can go with health and death, honey. There ain't no need to get married.
I disagree.
I have to agree with Josh.
Oh, hush. Both of you just be quiet. Keep talking about Samhain.
Honey, we'll be in the lonely groups over here with her little husband over there.
Okay. So, let's see. Hannah, you want to tell us a little bit about what you have wrote down?
I found out that the treat that they would give to the people was soul cakes, and they're little small round cakes.
Honey, I'm already on board. I love me a good cake.
Oh, I know.
Love me
look,
good
we
cake.
love the sweet.
And
We do.
really, it's almost like that, but it's just more like a
round shape.
biscuit. Yeah. That they would put raisins or something in it to
Some sort of fruit.
I
Yeah.
like the Hardee's.
Yeah, and they would put it in a
So now, the All Saints' Day played in on that. In the 8th century, Pope Gregory III designated November 1st as All Saints' Day to honor all saints. The evening before became known as All Hallows' Eve, so that's where we get the All Hallows' Eve, or Halloween as it's traditionally called. And like I said, it eventually became Halloween.
Interesting.
The jack-o'-lantern, though, it comes from the Irish folktale of Stingy Jack. He roamed the world with a lantern made from a turnip.
Well, poor little Jack.
So I knew earlier when I was talking to you about this, I was like, potatoes.
Potato!
No, it was turnips. I'm dumb.
Honey, she was just trying to dive into my Irish heritage. Potato.
Our Irish heritage. Remember, I'm Irish too.
Somewhat. Continue
Really?
on, honey. I
Really?
got something about the American
92%
Okay.
is not good enough for
The
you.
American colonists, honey.
After the Romans conquered the Celts, they added their own festivals, including Feralia, or Feralia, maybe? It's a day to mourn the dead, and Pomona, I think it's Pomona, a day to honor fruit and trees. Those are, I don't see how those go hand in hand,
honey,
but
I
okay.
don't know,
But
but
I mean,
all I can say is, honey, I use the Palmolive dish soap to wash my dishes. So I feel like there might be a little something there.
A little tie-in.
Now, the American colonists, honey, you know, when we came over here and stole the land from the Indians and whatnot, the European,
You're trying to get us canceled.
well, we did. It's history.
I know, I'm just waiting for for people in the comments to be like,
Well, we did steal it from the Indians.
did.
Honey.
We absolutely
We
did.
absolutely did. But when the European immigrants brought Halloween customs to the United States in the 19th century, in the New World, Halloween traditions changed to include play parties to celebrate the harvest. So it was the last harvest of the season before winter came in. So they would throw these big parties, and that's kind of where the jack-o'-lanterns fit in with our
Halloween today.
our traditions too, because it was to stop it. This whore, I swear.
Can I tell you something real fast?
What?
Every time you turn your head, I get a full view of your neck right here, and it stretches, and the latex goes like this inside of your wound. Goes, and it looks disgusting. I have to take a picture to show you.
That's supposed to be. It's supposed to be like.
Okay, hang on. Turn your head. No, turn it. Oh, it looks like gristle.
It's supposed to. It's bursting.
Be still. It's not doing it like it has been. You turned your head so much. A minute ago. See that little part right there?
It's supposed
All of it was doing.
to.
I didn't expect it. And I turned your head. I was like, what?
When we, came to the New World and we started celebrating All Hallows Eve, which, became Halloween, the theme of trick-or-treating became a thing. Not that it wasn't a thing in the old world, because it was. Some believe trick-or-treating originated from the ideal that the Celts would give gifts to spirits during, say it for me.
Oh, Samhain.
Samhain. To appease them, others believe it came from the tradition of asking for soul cakes. Modern trick-or-treating is also similar to Guy Fawkes Night, where children in Britain would wear masks and carry effigies on November 5th. So, Guy Fawkes Night in Britain, obviously that's when,
Right.
They tried to
Remember the 5th of November.
Yeah, they tried to execute the king
Yep.
and whatnot.
Blow up Parliament, I think. As well.
Yeah, well, it's something like that. Blow up Parliament, kill the king, something
Something.
like that.
Something
Something
along
like
those lines.
that. But that's kind of where our modern day trick-or-treating came from. You would, go to a house, ask for a treat. If you didn't get a treat, you'd get a trick.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, I forgot about
Which,
that.
I mean, obviously now in today's age, honey, a trick is something completely different. You know, honey. I mean, I'm not saying I don't like a trick or two, but that's for a different that's for a different podcast, honey.
Okay, so what is your favorite part about Halloween, Hannah?
I like just the crisp in the air. Just it's fall.
She loves fall.
I do. I
honey.
love fall. Fall's
She
my
likes
favorite
the
time of the
autumn,
year.
the autumn, the autumn.
Are you? Was that a slide at us because we said fall?
No, honey, no. I am well aware that I'm with some pumpkin latte people.
Oh no,
here.
I hate pumpkin. I hate pumpkin everything except pumpkin roll.
Although she named the cat outside Pumpkin.
I like pumpkins.
She just doesn't like.
I just don't like pumpkin
flavored
flavors.
I like pumpkin scents. Does that and I like pumpkin pie too, but it has to be.
I don't.
Like,
Oh, I love pumpkin.
I only like it at Thanksgiving though.
I hate pumpkin pie. On
Like
a
if
real
you
level.
served me pumpkin pie before Thanksgiving, I'm like, no, thank you.
That would be weird.
Yeah, I
A little
mean,
bit.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like pumpkin pie represents Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I do
Well, at least for
too.
us Americans.
I do. So my favorite part of Halloween would have to be, I love the aspect of dressing up. Obviously, I like that one night a year you can be whatever,
Whoever.
you want to be, with no judgment, no nothing like that. I love that. I feel like October is kind of like that month to just
For us nerds our nerds time to shine.
call
that
me
is-
a nerd.
I said us nerds because that's also my favorite part.
But why do you think I'm a nerd?
Honey, you have a whole group that you play D&D with.
Wow, I'll just put that out there. Okay. I do, though.
I mean,
do.
come on, honey. I sit at my house and watch videos on watching other people play video games that I have played.
Oh my god, you're my 11-year-old nephew.
And so I could find different stuff in the game or whatever, like walkthroughs and stuff like that. And Hannah, how's Hannah a nerd? Let's see.
She's just a nerd.
You're kind of not.
She
No.
kinda
You're pretty
is.
cool.
Hey, is she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's cool, but I'm not.
Oh my god, I'm just saying you and I have more nerdish tendencies.
You both like video games and stuff like that, and I'm just not into it.
I'm just saying we have some nerdy qualities.
Wow, see if I let her raid me later. Just saying, honey, with that kind of attitude. But anyway,
Oh. I felt that on my skin.
stop it.
Honey, his fake burns be creeping me out.
And they was made with just a little bit of paper towels, honey. Some paper towels and some latex, honey. I'm an old school queen. Old school. Honey, we use what we got.
That's right.
The Viva paper towels, honey. Don't use the cheap stuff. Use the Viva. Viva.
Okay, so that's our favorite parts of Halloween. Let's see. What was your favorite part of Halloween when you were a kid?
Oh gosh. Well, I don't know. Halloween was always done very big at my house. You know, my dad loved Halloween. May he rest in peace.
Amen.
Yes. Like he was always trying to, tinker with something, or, make something out of something. And I always loved that aspect. Honey, we went big or we went home. So, which, was like our entire goal was to attract trick-or-treaters. Because, honey, we lived up on top of a hill.
Yeah.
For people to actually walk up the hill was, a process. But, honey, you had to draw them in.
Yep. That sounds scary.
Honey, draw them in. But we offered the full-size candy bars because we were classy like that.
We
We were classy.
You were that
honey,
ritzy house.
Full size. And I don't know, I guess it's just the memories, Like, I love dressing up for Halloween.
Same.
Yeah.
I love trick-or-treating. Not the trunk-or-treat. Nothing against trunk-or-treat or anything like that.
There wasn't trunk or treats
There
until I was
wasn't.
until I was about to quit trick or treating.
honey, there wasn't trunk or treat any of my existence there. Which I'm not against trunk or treat at all, honey.
No, because it is safer, especially nowadays.
But I mean, I loved that aspect of going trick or treating, getting candy, and it seemed like it was a family affair too. Like everyone got involved. It was a community affair. Like every neighbor gave candy. You know, every house participated. We all decorated. And again, that's nothing against trunk or treat. I understand, honey. I volunteer at my work's trunk or treat every year and all things like that.
It's just not the same as like what we grew up
It's
with.
really not. It's not the same. Like I truly loved that. Just the feeling. You
sorry
know,
about that.
like you got to be someone else for a different night, and
Yes,
you know, and I like for me that was quite
liberating.
it was because, you know, as you know, a young person in this area,
Yeah.
being the type of person that I am, you know, you didn't get to show your true self.
Right.
In back then. I mean, we're in a totally new age now, and I'm so thankful for it. Don't get me wrong. I'm very, very thankful about how much we've progressed, but I know for me, just being able to be someone different for a night was
Liberating.
It was lovely. It was just it was the best. I mean, our costumes could be way too much. They could be flamboyant.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, could I wear this costume when I was a youngin'? Absolutely not. No. No. But, I mean, nowadays, honey, here I am. What was your favorite part,
When you was a
Hannah?
I have to agree with you. The memories just be because I went with my family. I went
Yeah.
with my cousin and
It was a family
Yeah.
affair. You like, I mean,
Yeah.
honey, there was a whole I remember a whole group of us, like
Yeah,
church,
same.
yeah.
like us church kids would get together, and honey, you know, us repressed Baptists, honey, we loved an event to dress up. So
Yeah. I just
Okay.
loved being with my family and just going door to door. And
My favorite part. Oh, I'm sorry, honey. Go
no,
ahead.
no, you're fine. And just obviously getting candy.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course, honey.
honey, if you ain't pre-diabetic by now, well,
So my favorite part was basically the exact same thing. It's just the memories are everything.
Yes.
And being with your family and your close friends, going door to door, and then getting home and your parents checking all your candy to make sure
Yeah.
there wasn't razor blades in it.
Yeah.
I mean, honey, my family really didn't do that. But then again, we trusted everyone in our neighborhood not to put razor blades.
Well, we
In her
didn't.
candy.
We didn't go to our neighborhood. I didn't have a neighborhood. I lived on a farm, so we just.
Wow, call me out for being a townie.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I'm gonna get a chest bar. I do know that much.
She's gonna get her chest bar, honey. Her sugar's low.
Let's see. So, what is there fun to talk about when it comes to Halloween?
Well, I mean, I kind of like. Okay, so for me personally, I love how the Hispanic culture does their Halloween. You know, the Day of the Dead, and
What day is it on?
that I do not know.
It falls in a totally different month, but
does.
I love the Spanish Day of the Dead.
It does, but like the way they respect their culture and their heritage so much, it is absolutely beautiful. Like, I mean, honey, I was on the TikTok the other day. Tell me why I was on this whole channel where it was these costumes for the Day of the Dead. Beautiful costumes, like flawless, honey. I mean, and I mean, like, like this wasn't even a drag show,
Right.
and I'm like, oh, all right,
Beautiful.
I can get down with that. But I mean, you know, like traditionally speaking, it is the day to where the you know the two realms kind of the layer is thin there, so the dead can walk among the earth.
Right.
You know, and I don't know why I like that so much, but I do. I like the concept of thinking that, our loved ones can return for one
No,
more
I like that
day.
too. I really like that aspect.
Yeah.
And it's truly like it, the Hispanic or Spanish culture, they truly honor that, and I love that. But I love the culture. I love that, Halloween is an ancient holiday. Rich and different beliefs, different traditions, different everything, and how our modern day stuff is kind of a take on that. How we, like, I mean, used to they would, light their jack o' lanterns to ward off the evil spirits and stuff like that. But honey,
Today we do it purely as decoration.
right, honey. Well, I mean, I don't even do the real pumpkins, honey. Mine are fake, but
Same.
right, honey, I ain't trying to carve nothing.
I love carving pumpkins.
Well, she's gonna be alone on that one.
Yep. Now I'll take the pumpkin seeds and I'll bake them. Put them in the oven.
Yeah, those are good.
That's all. That's what's at.
Agreed.
I got the hiccups.
Oh,
But I mean, I truly like even the trick or treating. I love a trick or. So, honey, let me tell you, if anybody is out of trick or treating, come to my house. Baby, I don't care how old you are, honey. Honey, if you 40 years old and you show up at my door, I'm gonna give you a Snickers. I'm gonna give you a Snickers, honey. Like, I mean, I might want to know your life story, but I'm gonna give you a Snickers.
he'll give you one.
I will, honey. Maybe a Twix too if you get enough, honey. Remember, say trick or treat.
That's right.
So, now that we have kind of covered the history of Halloween, what it's meant to us, its origins, and our history and everything, because, I mean, we all know we all love Halloween. I mean, it's pretty much an adult's playground. And, honey, I mean, the gays have stole Halloween, just like they've stole Christmas. But it's fine. It's fine.
Instead of the Grinch, the gays have stole
The
Christmas.
gays have stole Christmas, honey. So moving on, we're going to be reading one of our emails from one of our subscribers, Brianna. And she wrote to us saying the following. One night when I was 7 years old, I was laying in bed with my nanny, and I thought I had seen her in the doorway right outside my bedroom door. So I got up and followed what I thought was my nanny. And once I got to the doorway entering the kitchen, what I thought was my nanny was standing on the opposite side of the kitchen going to the bathroom. All I saw was glowing eyes. Then I heard my nanny from her room yelling at me, asking where I was, and I immediately started running back to her room. When I got back into the bed with my nanny, the thing I thought was my nanny was standing right back at the doorway staring at me.
Ew.
Honey, like that? Brianna, honey, that is a whole experience right there. That is a whole experience.
Thank you so much, Brianna, for sending in your story. We super appreciate it, and that is scary as shit.
Thank you, Brianna. We're sorry
Claps for
about your
Brianna.
little experience with your grandmama.
Yeah, that's scary.
A little bit.
I would be like, sorry, grandmama. I will never be staying here again. Love
Honey.
you. Love you, bye.
Might want to anoint something, burn some sage.
Yeah,
or
I'd be like, girl, something's up in this house.
something.
Something's up in this house. Hannah, do you have a personal paranormal story you want to throw in? Or,
I do, actually.
oh my God, yes.
She,
I don't remember exactly how old I was, but I remember I was still young enough to be sleeping with my mom. Because back then, Dad was working graveyard, so he wasn't home at night. So I would crawl in bed with Mom. Well, she hadn't come to bed yet, and I was in there by myself. And I looked up in the corner of the bedroom, and I saw a little kid swinging on like a little swing, like you would put outside, like a little piece of wood and rope.
Yeah.
Just swinging in the corner.
Swinging.
And all I could hear was laughter. Like, they would never say anything, because I would say, hello, hello, and they would never say anything back. They would just constantly laugh. Like, little kid laugh, like, ah.
Oh my God, shut up. No,
And-
thank you.
I thought Mom was in bed with me, but apparently she wasn't. So that freaked me out even more. So then at first I thought maybe I was just dreaming, but I saw it more than once, and it was the same little kid swinging in the corner of the bedroom. But that was the only weird experience I ever had in my house.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
What's
Sorry,
the
Mom.
part,
You're probably finding
honey?
out this about for the first time ever.
Say, honey, even little ghost wouldn't talk to her. Bless her
Oh,
heart.
well, that's fine. It's fine.
Okay, so
I'm sorry.
we've got a couple more stories from our subscribers that have been sent in. This one, this subscriber wants to remain anonymous, but we thank you so much for sending the story in anyway.
So thank you, Anon, honey. And I, for one, love a good Anon every now and again. A wink, a wink.
Okay, so they were referring to the story that Josh told in one of our earlier episodes about the dark figured, the dark figure of a man that roams the halls of like hospitals, nursing homes, that kind of
Yes,
thing.
yes, the
Okay.
black man
Yes.
is what they call him.
Yeah, which that doesn't mean African American, that means dark figure. So she said, okay, Anon is a she, that when she was working in the nursing home, actually really close to us where you work now,
Well, thank you so much for that. I mean,
a little man came out and said that he was seeing death and that he was walking up and down the hallways. And they went, the nurses from went to do their rounds later on during the night, and they had kind of just shooed him off because he wasn't exactly in his right mind. So they had just
they
kind
never
of,
are.
yeah, so they were just kind of like writing it off. Like they were just like, it's okay, just try and go to sleep, that kind of thing. And he was terrified. And it was obviously he was terrified. And they kept sending him back to his room. But I mean, what could they have done? And she said that the nurses went in his room later that night and they couldn't find him in the bed. And they opened up his bathroom. And that he was laying in the corner of the bathroom with his hands like cradled up over his head.
Oh my gosh, I know this story.
You do!
I do know this story. Honey, yes. Okay.
Okay, so he was found in his bathroom with his arms curled up over his head, scared to death because death had came for him.
Okay, so I do know this story. I do. It is a folklore. Well, not a folklore, but like I guess
She told me who the man was. I know the man.
okay, so I don't know who the man was. However, I do know the story because we have a room on a certain hall, and we call it the death room.
Okay.
Okay, so every person that has kind of been in this room has met their fate, but this is one of I do know this story because it's I've heard it 100 times. About
I mean, I'm glad that little man didn't get scared to death, but
well, no. Like, apparently they found him the next day. Like, I mean, in this little man was someone, like, he couldn't...
when you said folklore, I thought you were saying that it wasn't real.
No, it's very real.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to convey that, but I have heard this story.
Okay.
So, it was a little man, and now... the story that I've heard, like he couldn't get up out of bed. So the fact that he could make it to the bathroom on his own was a stretch.
Crazy.
But they found him the next day in the bathroom, when they went to do their rounds and stuff like that. And I mean he was literally just in the bathroom. Now, and he couldn't walk. So how he made it to the bathroom, we do not know.
I guess he crawled and pulled himself into there.
And I mean, just now I was not there. Let me just go ahead and point that out. I did not witness this firsthand, but apparently just the expression on his face was just of terror. And I mean, like
so
for
sad.
the longest time, this room remained locked. We did not allow people in it. And if I'm not mistaken, now I would have to double check because it is not on the unit that I work on. It's on a different unit, but I'd have to check. But I'm pretty sure to this day we still keep that room locked.
Really?
Wow.
And we do not allow anybody to be put in that room. I think it is
Wow.
actually just storage nowadays.
That is scary.
That's wild.
Yeah, because they're like, I mean, like in this room had such a reputation, so to say. Like, I mean, everyone that you put in that room meant like such a, like, I mean, they died. Everyone who was put in that room, and I mean, like, I would have to double check because, like I said, I'm not on that unit anymore. Well, not that I've ever been on that unit. I didn't mean to say anymore, but I do know it's been locked for the longest time.
That's scary.
And like to this day, I'm pretty sure that we do not have any residents like actually in
Living
that
in it.
room. Yes, but I have heard this story before
That's crazy.
because
That
it
is.
like it is circulated
Oof.
so many times.
Sorry.
I was
No,
going
go
to
ahead,
ask
baby.
you.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you
Yeah.
if you had similar instances because Hannah works in healthcare.
Yeah, I did. I mean, I still do, but I don't do what I did years ago now.
Right.
Because I'd say about 15, 16 years ago, probably, I was a CNA.
Honey, I was a child.
Um,
I'm kidding.
I worked at a nursing home, and it was winter. It was probably January, probably February, somewhere in that time frame. So it was cold out, and the pipes in the building had frozen, busted. So they had to evacuate the other side of the building that I was on to, or opposite of me, to get the residents out of there because, I mean, water was coming in and it was cold. So they had to move them. So they moved them to the side of the building that I was on. And we had this little old lady, and I loved her so, so much because I would go over on that other side from time to time and help if they needed it. And then eventually she was brought over to my side more permanently. But this particular night, day shift had moved everybody to my side of the building, and she had hollered for her cat all night long. Now, she had these two stuffed cats that to her were real. And she would feed them, she would water them, she would talk to them, she'd pet them.
Oh.
And, I mean, these cats were her life, really. And she, I mean, yeah. I mean, my animals are my world. My animals are my world, so I get it. But she couldn't find this one cat. One cat in particular she could not find. And she would holler for it all night long. And there was 5 of us in there looking for this cat. And we couldn't find it. And we thought, well, maybe it just got ruined in the water or just got left back in her room. And we didn't know where it went. So I was on my hall. I was changing my residence. I was doing my rounds. And I kept hearing a call light, which is letting you know that somebody needs you. I kept hearing their light go off, and I'd step out in the hallway and I'd look up on the doors because they were above the door frame.
Right.
Nothing was ever lit up, and I went to my partner that was working on his hall, and I was like, "Do you have a light out? Because I keep hearing lights going off." He said no. So the other 2 that was on the other side that had tended to the ones that they didn't move because the water didn't get in these particular rooms, they were over there taking care of theirs, and well, I heard one of them just scream, and I was like, I just knew something bad had happened. I personally thought maybe a resident had passed or something along those lines, and one of the nurses comes running or goes running. I followed behind because I was like, well, maybe they might need some help. And it was the empty room where this lady had been in before they had to move her because of the water. And it was her room's light lit up above the door. And they knew nobody was in that room because it was locked. So we open it, we go in, and honey, that stuffed cat was laying directly underneath the call light, and the button was like facing downward.
Oh my
Wow.
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
Now,
That is terrifying.
I will say it like at work the death room, that call out is always going off and no one's in there. It's a constant thing.
Oh my god. You guys are freaking me out. That's terrifying.
Very
That
much
is
so.
terrifying.
Yes.
Very much so.
This is one. Okay, there's many reasons why I couldn't work in healthcare, but you guys just added to the list. Added that to the list, honey.
It's
because I would
definitely-
live in fear, constant fear.
Especially when you work in the environment that I work in, that she used to work in. I mean, death is a constant.
See, I couldn't handle it.
Yeah.
I don't know how you
No.
guys handle it. I mean, I know you become numb to it, too,
it
in
truly is.
in a
It's a
sense.
constant.
In a sense, you become numb to it, but at the same time, I always looked at it this way: like these people took care of us their whole life.
Let's take care of them.
Exactly.
Exactly.
I love that.
It's. I
Exactly.
mean, it's the last.
It's the least we could do.
It's the last thing that we can do for them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I pride myself on knowing that even when someone passes, and I mean in my field, I deal with that quite a bit.
Right.
Someone passing on, but I take comfort in knowing that I can do as much as I can for them.
I love that.
Up into the very end.
Right.
Up into the very end. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, guys, this has been a good Halloween episode. We hope you guys enjoyed it.
Thank you
And-
so much for coming along on our little journey with us.
Absolutely. We are so grateful, so incredibly thankful.
We appreciate
Each one of
you.
you that have shared our videos, commented, subscribed to our channel, or liked our videos. You seriously
Keep doing
are awesome.
it.
You are
Keep
awesome.
Doing it.
Thank you so, so, so much. And Hannah, thank you so much for being on our episode.
Yes,
You guys for
Hannah,
having me.
yes. And on behalf of the Midnight Guild, we'd like to wish you a very happy and safe Halloween.
That's right. Happy Halloween, guys. Bye.
Bye.